Hey girl, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is ashantyselina, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about spring trends and kind of just a mixture of what I'm loving. Um, Literally anything, fashion, style inspirations, books, random pins that I've saved on Pinterest, I guess. Literally just anything. I just kind of felt like whipping out the camera today and um not giving a fuck about how I look filming either, because I firmly believe that not every day should be a day that you you know, go full out with like a full beat of makeup and like an outfit. While I do care about how I appear on my YouTube channel, I personally don't like getting dressed up every single day, especially if I'm not feeling like it. Not to say that I don't feel like getting dressed up, because obviously I love fashion, so any opportunity to get dressed, I'm gonna take. Just that, especially when it comes to my skin, I like to let it breathe, and I don't care if I'm just in a robe and comfy at home. I feel like the video's gonna be how it's gonna be, and that's it. So the first thing that is a spring trend for me is all types of hats. I did mention this in my fashion predictions video for spring, but it's also a trend because I have been seeing it on various runway shows from this past fashion week. I'll again leave some pictures and list some of the designers that had cool and unique hats in their shows and collections. I personally think it's just because of like the resurgence of like that 2010s and like Keira Knightley core. I've never been a hat girly, but for some reason now that I've gotten older, I feel like hats are really cool and we should all be appreciating them in any form, especially like vintage styles. Absolutely j'adore. Another trend for spring, I think, are just overly exposed undergarments and statement undergarments. I'll leave some pictures here, but there's this one, I forgot the name of the brand. Ugh, fuck. How the fuck did I forget that? I forgot the name of the brand, but I'll leave it here. They have a pair of underwear that says "God bless that ass" or something, and I'm like obsessed. And Blondita shop, if you guys don't follow her or their shop, please do. They're releasing a pair of statement underwear as well, and I just feel like anything that's kind of out of the box or unconventional to wear as like not lingerie, I guess you can say. I also found a couple of cool pictures with like a lot of like underwire exposed and just a bunch of cool lingerie pieces and wearing bras as tops and all this other shit. I just feel like is really trendy for spring. Another trend that I have for spring is actually a hair trend, and that is like pigtails and basically like just hairstyles that we did when we were younger. We have been seeing a resurgence of these hairstyles, courtesy of like Elle Fanning and her hairstylist, and then Addison Rae had some cute little curled pigtails in her high fashion video. I just feel like these hairstyles are super easy and super chic to do on an everyday basis with a very grown up outfit, and it just adds a little touch of youthfulness and playfulness, and it's just really fun, especially for spring. One thing that I find trendy for the spring is not necessarily like a trend, it's kind of more of an attitude, and that is finding ways to make things cool for yourself. This kind of plays into the individuality aspect that I was talking about in my last video, which were just my spring fashion predictions. I just feel like people are just loving anything that they're into and kind of making it fashionable in their own light, and a lot of people are getting inspiration from them through this way. And I feel like fashion is very like fun, and it's supposed to be an exploration thing. I hate when people are like, oh well, this influencer did this and now these people are doing it. I feel like that's kind of the point. Like, where they're called influencers for a reason, because they're trying to get people to play into these trends or whatever. It's the whole word is in itself influencing people to do these things that they're doing or try out these new products or wear this new outfit that they got. Like, that whole aspect of that kind of pisses me off. Like, oh my god, they're no, like, stop. But I feel like I've said this in another video, I don't know, girl, sometimes I literally just be like, Anyway, a lot of people that I follow and just love their content and their posts, I feel like they already kind of emulate this attitude. And I also have always kind of been like that in a sense. Like, I'm just, what I like is what I like. I really don't care. But just finding ways to make things that, you know, even if I'd wanted to go out like this right now, like how I am in my like striped pajama pants and my robe, making that fashion is cool for spring and in general. The next trend is kind of a blend of like fashion, art, lifestyle, and like a DIY aspect. And that is just making your own trinkets and charms and tins and like ashtrays. I've seen a lot of people doing this on TikTok, and I personally have been wanting to get into doing this with like clay and stuff like that. But basically, just making your own shit. Like, I have been seeing those Coach sneakers with like the taxi charms and all the different like charms that they sell. I feel like you can literally make those yourself. You can either make your own taxi with like, clay and shit if you really want to get creative, or you can just buy like a little toy taxi from the store and find a way to add that to a clip and then add it to your sneakers. Like, I feel like that just kind of, again, it's like a DIY aspect, but it's also really cool and fun and more inexpensive, especially if you're not one of those lucky influencers who get sent these things by these brands. Because let's face it, how much are those charms? Not saying that I wouldn't buy it if I had the money to buy it, but I feel like just doing things your own way. You don't even have to get like the exact charm, just do your own charms, but just taking inspiration from that is so cool. And again, with like the home stuff, you can make your own little trinket things, you can make your own little like, I seen this one video, somebody made a little like trinket tray, but it was like a couch, and like they took the seat out and it was like the tray inside. Oh my god. So fucking cool. Like, it's also just giving you a new hobby to unlock. So I think that's really fucking cool and trendy, I guess. The next trend is kind of like an obvious one, and it's not really a trend because I feel like they're always in style. They're never not out of style. But specifically now, because of the infamous Lily Rose Depp moment, trench coats are definitely like it. Like, if you haven't invested in a trench coat yet, I think this spring is the perfect time. All different styles too. Like, they have like cropped ones, they have little midi ones, they have little like, they have all different types of trench coats. They have short sleeve trenches. Any sort of trench coat I think is so cute. And obviously you have to button it to the top. Like, girl, like there's no other way to wear it at this point. No, but seriously, trench coats are really cool, and I feel like wearing them as just dresses and like standalone pieces kind of give you like a different way to style them than just wearing it as a jacket on a rainy day. I am just obsessed, and I've always loved trench coats. And yeah, the next trend I have is really, really, really chunky jewelry. I am obsessed with the Vaquera show. They just like they just had these really long pearl necklaces, which are totally reminiscent of the Louis Vuitton pearl necklaces from, I believe, their fall 2006 collection. I am obsessed. I've always been obsessed with chunky jewelry, but the past couple years I've been kind of like getting back into it. I have this red chunky necklace that I love to wear, and I just bought this necklace from Depop. But I have to paint it because it's not like the same shade of pink that it looked like in the picture. It's more of like a mauve tone, and I kind of wanted it like to be that bubblegum pink. So I think I'm gonna just paint it with some like craft paint or jewelry paint. I don't know. I have to find out what kind of paint I have to use for that, but I just love chunky fucking necklaces, specifically chunky pearl necklaces. So cute. If your outfit is like lackluster and it needs like just that pop of anything, like imagine wearing an all black outfit or like one simple long black dress and then adding a long pearl necklace like that. That's like, you're done. Like, it's complete. Like, you're good to go, babes. Like, that's it. Like, it looks cute. And I just love that people are getting into those types of necklaces again, especially for the spring. And I feel like they're going to be all over. And it also kind of plays into that vintage vibe that I've been loving. I feel like these were very big in like the 50s and 60s. So obviously, you know, get on that. Get on it. The next thing I'm going to talk about is another hair look, and that is pixie cuts slash any like sort of 90s haircut and like bang look. I guess I've been seeing all these different hairstyles everywhere, and obviously the queens, Emma Chamberlain and Laini Ozark, both recently got pixie cuts, and I've just been obsessed. I've always said that I will get a pixie cut when I become a mom. I just feel like that's the ultimate mom haircut, circa these bitches right here. Princess Diana, obviously iconic. I just love a good pixie cut, and I think they're super cute for the spring. Heading into the warmer weather, it gives you a nice, fresh, clean haircut and kind of like a base to work with, I guess you can say, because your hair isn't as long in your face during this time, and you can kind of play around with, I guess, different ways to style it. Like, there's a lot of people don't think there's a lot of ways to style pixie cuts, but there actually is. So, yeah, I just think they're really cute, and I can't wait to become a mom so I can get one. But for now, I'm rocking with my long hair, and I still want to like let it grow to like past my ass. So, we'll see. See how far I get, babes. But I don't know if I'm gonna let it get that long, but I do want to let it grow. So, but yeah, pixie cuts for spring, they're in. So those are some of my like trend ideas, I guess, that I have for the spring. I already did like a spring fashion trend prediction video, but kind of just my own predictions and not necessarily trends. So go check that out if you haven't already. And there's tons of videos on YouTube about spring trends if you're not sure what's trending or what to kind of like get inspiration from this upcoming spring. Now I kind of just want to get into some of my style inspirations recently. The first one being Maria Zadoya, I believe is how you pronounce her name. She's my Puerto Rican queen. If you don't know, she's a lead singer from the Marias. I just literally love her style. I love anything she throws on. I love her just whole aesthetic and her whole being. It's just I just love her. Like this like classic vintage Jean Paul Gaultier shirt that she wore is just haunting me. I absolutely need this shirt. I don't know when I'll get my hands on it. I don't know if I'll ever get my hands on it, if I'll ever be able to find it, but I know that I am always going to be on the hunt for it, like continuously, because I love it and I need it. She's just the blueprint, period. Next style icon that I've currently been obsessed with, always been obsessed with her, but like specifically now, I feel like a lot of her looks and her videos in general have been popping up on my For You page on TikTok and my home feed on Pinterest, like OD. But that is Enya. If you guys don't know who Enya is, there's something wrong with you. No, but I just love her style. She's so like effortlessly chic and cool. Like she kind of reminds me of Emma Chamberlain a little bit. I feel like she can just put on whatever and again have like this cool and very just nonchalant energy about herself and about her style, but what she puts on looks cool, and I just am obsessed with her, period. And obviously I love her and Drew's friendship and podcast, but her style specifically has just been like heavy on my noggin for this spring season. I literally just filmed this whole like 2-minute video and my microphone was dead, so I just had to switch it out and put it on the charger. Tight about that. But my next style inspiration has been Iris Law. I mean, she's always always the inspo, especially going into like that pixie cut thing. She's been rocking this hairstyle for a while already, but I just love her style and her overall vibe. She was like going viral on TikTok for a while because of like some fucking like mango video or something. I don't know. It was funny, but I just love her energy and she's like so cool and such an inspiration to me. Um she just went to the YSL show, and I just have to put a picture of her look because it's so cool. It's so like it's giving like I don't know how to explain it. It's giving like medieval like princess slash like circus core energy, which I've been obsessed with, as you guys know. Well, obviously if you're new here you don't know, but if you're not, then you know. But I just love her vibe. I am obsessed, and again, anything she puts on, she just makes it look cool and makes it look like her. And yeah, she's just cool. Next, I'm going to talk about some books that I have read slash want to read, especially for the spring season. I'm just going to list a few of the books that I want to read for the spring that I don't have yet, but I've been dying to read. I've recently been getting back into reading, and it's been amazing for my mental health and for my overall well being. I've always been an avid reader. I have just always loved it, and I've always been like able to read at like a good level, I guess you can say. I think it was like middle school, I was already reading at like a senior level, like a high school senior level. I know, speechless, right? But it's true. I just love reading and I love all genres, but specifically like adventure novels and more recently just kind of like coming of age stories. I recently read Turtles All the Way Down for the first time. I'm not gonna lie, I did watch the movie before I read the book, but I heard about the book before I watched the movie, so if that counts, if that counts. It was really good, and I personally connected with Aza, who's the main character. I connected with her a lot because I'm not like, obviously I don't have like her, you know, issues with like germs and stuff like that, but I do kind of get like that with certain things, and I can just understand her overall questions about who she is and why she exists, if that makes sense. If you guys haven't read it, I definitely would recommend any John Green book, to be honest. It's like Avi, like they're so good. And I did reread Sleepless Nights by Elizabeth Hardwick. I did read this book last March, but it's a quick read, so I reread it again, and I'm just obsessed with the overall vibe of the book. And it's very like back and forth, but I personally like books and movies that are like that, like kind of go like back in time to like flashbacks and fast forward to like present day. I just really love that vibe. And then obviously I read The Bell Jar. I did mention this in my things I find chic video. I kind of want to do a whole video dedicated to the book just because I know it's really popular. I just never had gotten around to reading it until recently, and it was again really good. I finished it in like 3 days. Um, I just love the book. I can relate with certain things that the main character Esther kind of goes through and questions throughout her time in the Bell Jar. Now talking about kind of like random things, I guess. Um, I really been into looking at cool things on Facebook Marketplace. I'll like screen record some of like my likes and put it here, but I'm really looking forward to getting my own apartment, and I can't wait to decorate my space and have my own space to just be creative and do whatever the fuck I want basically. I love living at home, but I just want my own space just to be again creative. And I feel like when you decorate your space the way you want to, it kind of just makes you happy and it just gives you the inspiration you need to enjoy life, I guess. Not saying that I'm not enjoying life right now, but just, getting the ability to decorate your own room because I do share a room with my little sister, which I love. But again, I'm 22 and I just really want my own space. And I love fashion and styling, and that kind of goes hand in hand with interior decorating. So I just can't wait to get into that. Specifically, clawfoot bathtubs. I love a good vintage bathtub, and I can't wait to have a place where I have one of those and I can do like videos in the bathtub. Imagine, I'm pretty sure somebody has already done this, but like a podcast in the bathtub, just saying, that would be kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of blend of spring trends slash kind of like style inspirations and just things I've been loving recently, I guess. Thank you, divas, so much for watching. Um, I can't wait to keep doing this for however long I want to do this. I obviously don't have a really big following on YouTube, but I'm hoping to grow. So y'all want to help, subscribe only if you want to. But yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.